So the big news that is going on right now is that fighting games are kind of going crazy because the new Project L League of Legends fighting game that is made by Riot is going to be free to play. It has been announced, has been confirmed officially by the developers, and it's crazy. And everybody is kind of tripping, and everybody's like, "Wow, free to play, is so sick, and free to play is crazy, it's awesome." But that's weird, isn't it? Because free to play is not exactly something that is well seen in the video game, world. It's not something that is to necessarily celebrate because it usually means microtransaction hell, right? Everybody is like, wow, we're gonna have so many microtransactions and the games are going to be incomplete and they're not gonna be so much fun. For example, we can take Halo Infinite, right? The situation of Halo Infinite is not that great. It's like, wow, we got that free to play stuff going on, but the game is not exactly great. But whatever. So why is it so special for fighting games to be free to play? So let me tell you something. I play fighting games a whole lot. I play them daily, pretty much. I play them every day. I've been playing them since I was like 6 years old. First fighting game was like Tekken. Oh, actually, I was 5 years old. First fighting game was Tekken. Tekken 3. Overall, there's a lot of games that I play, and I don't play just fighting, right? I play a lot of fighting games. I play all type of games that I have some kind of interest in, and a lot of PvP games because I like PvP. So free to play for fighting games, the reason why it's popular is because essentially the deal that we get from fighting games is really bad. You have to understand, when people celebrate free to play for a whole genre, it's because the deal that people have currently with fighting games is so bad that even if you're just a beginner, even if you're just like somebody who has some like small interest in a fighting game, you think, wow, but this character looks really cool. I would like to play the game. It's not easy. It is so expensive to just pick up a fighting game and try to play it. So the thing that is going on with the current deal of fighting games is that we have to deal with games that are $60, which normally is a good thing. Yeah, maybe there might be one or two bugs here and there, but the overall experience is gonna be sick. There's gonna be so much content. There's gonna be a lot of things to do. Well, not when it comes to fighting games, it's not the case. Fighting games do not have, recent fighting games really don't offer that much content. They really do not come in with the quality. For example, if you take a game like Guilty Gear Strive, it starts with a roster of 15 characters, which is pretty decent, but it's not that great. Before we would have like 20 games with like 20 characters, 25 characters, and it was really nice. But recently it's not been the case. And on top of that, when it comes to game modes and the things that you can do with fighting games, there's not much. Usually nowadays, just like you have story mode. A lot of times it's really bare bones. Or you would have like arcade and survival. Those are the three game modes that are always recurring in fighting games, and they're just very bare bones. There's not much going on. There's not much to do. When it comes to unlockables, they're very lame too. For example, in Tekken, you would have like unlockables, but you have to go through this game mode where you have to beat the CPU consecutively, and you unlock random. It's basically loot boxes through fights, and it's for random characters. And there's a ton of ugly, useless items you're never going to use for your customization, and you don't want them, and it takes so long, and it's so annoying, and it's not fun. So yeah, game modes are really lacking nowadays for fighting games as well. Personally, I'm not a fan of game modes, by the way. Let's just say that I'm not a fan of a lot of game modes. I feel like fighting games could have 2 or 3 game modes and they would be perfectly fine, as long as they're well designed. But we're here to talk about it. So content is not there, unlockables are not really there. How do they monetize their game nowadays with fighting games? They do character DLCs through season passes. And the issue with that is that you do not know what is in the season pass. You do not know what character you're going to get, even if it comes from a franchise that you already play. For example, Guilty Gear already has a lot of character in its old franchise. There's a bunch of characters, even in Guilty Gear games that are not fighting games. There's a whole bunch of characters, and that's really cool. But for the people who are Guilty Gear fans and they pick up Guilty Gear Strive and they are like, okay, I'm gonna buy the season pass. Damn, I expect that Johnny is in the game. Everybody loves Johnny. I really don't like that character, but everybody's like, damn, Johnny's gonna be in the game, right? Nah, you're not getting Johnny. Season pass 1 didn't contain Johnny. You bought the whole season pass. You bought the special edition of the game for $100. You're not getting Johnny. You bought the ultimate edition of the game, which is $130 for the most part, but in Canada it's $150. You do not get that. You do not get the character that you want. It's a lot of money. And if you don't buy the season pass, which is $30, you will have to buy every single character separately, which is $10 each, and that's not exactly great. So not only you don't know what character you're getting, and on top of that, it's a lot of money. You have to buy them individually, and you have to buy them if you want to be not even a competitor, not even a hardcore player, not even a really sweaty tournament type of player, just to be the guy who's gonna play the game every day just for fun. You have to buy this. You have to buy the DLC. It is mandatory. You have to, because if you don't buy the characters in a fighting game, the DLC characters in a fighting game, a lot of time DLC characters are incredibly broken. They're super strong. They're usually top tier. And the issue is that you do not have any access to them whatsoever. Even in trading mode, you don't get to train against them just to understand how they function, understand what they do, understand the matchup. You don't get to do that at all. So because they're broken, you're gonna get your ass whooped. It's not gonna be a good time. I guarantee you, it is not fun to fight characters that you do not own at all, or you don't have a way to understand what they do. So it sucks. It really fucking sucks. The deal that fighting games have right now, the things that fighting game players have to deal with all the time, it's a lot of money. Aside of that, imagine the people who have to buy arcade sticks, which are also kind of expensive. So, I don't buy arcade sticks. I'm a controller player. I play with pad. I play with my controller, and I'm never gonna change. I'm never gonna change. The other thing is that fighting games also have an issue. On top of not having a lot of content, they also have the issue with netcode and online infrastructures. They have really bad matchmaking systems for the most part. Just recently, because of COVID, they've been working on the netcode, which for the most part has been terrible. It has been so bad. It's only since 2 years ago that we started to have some kind of attempt to get good netcode. So it is what it is. But yeah, overall, the fighting game experience is just so bad. It's really expensive. And I know for people who hear free to play and they are terrorized by it, it's justified. For example, just recently we have something that happened to Overwatch 2, which is they had a survey and they were kind of asking people. I think it was leaked. I don't know if it was official, but it was something around about the monetization of the game, and they were asking if people were ready to buy skins, mythic skins, which is usually the highest tier of skins in the game, for $45. $45 for a skin. That's expensive, dude. That's crazy. People heard of that news, people heard of that survey, and they were going crazy. They were like, oh my god, this is why free to play is an issue, right? Free to play is an issue because of that. But free to play is definitely, it comes with its issues for sure. For example, in multiverses, you don't get the full roster at the start, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'd rather have that than have to pay $10 for each character, or pay $40 to get characters that I'm not gonna play anyways. So yeah, no, I rather just play the game. I'm gonna play the game anyways. You know, why would I not just play and grind the money that's in there? Just play the game. Like if you're interested in, why aren't you just playing it? Just play it. You're gonna unlock the characters anyways. I'd rather have that personally. So yeah, that's why free to play is such a big deal for fighting games, because the deal that fighting game players have to deal with is really bad. DLC characters are pay to win. No content for $60, just nothing at all. Buggy games, unbalanced, bad matchmaking systems, bad experience overall for $60. That's what people have to deal with. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. Just to give people an idea of why people talk so much about free to play. Why is it a big deal that Project L is going to free to play? Yeah, it's huge. Personally, I'm a big fan. I'm gonna play it because I play League every day. I play League literally every day. Not competitively at all. I play normal games every day. I love normal games in League of Legends. It's so much fun to me. But you know, I guess eventually I'll try to play what is it called? I'll try to play competitive, but I'll see. I played League of Legends for 8 years, man. It's why I played it for 8 years and I barely tried to play competitive. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoy. Hope you guys understand kind of the perspective of why free to play is kind of nice for fighting. Because holy shit, we've been getting screwed for several years. Not to mention how bad the netcode of recent games have been, and they still are for the most part. So yeah, yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.